estate gets real. My co-host Kate Baldwin and I within the Owners Club, sub to top tier TC and gated communities to learn about action taking, mindset, and effectively make this a mastermind so that Kate and I can get to our next level. And today I'm going to be going back to a prior guest that we had before I was doing the micro learnings. I'm going to be going over Teresa Villaruz's buy box and deal sauce. And just so everyone knows, I will be dropping the link for our Deal Sauce affiliate. So if you want to get that 2-week free trial at the end of this, man, my hair's looking crazy, guys. Okay, well, you know, again, I'm here to teach you how to wholesale, not to be adorable. But at the end of that 2 weeks, if it's for you, great. If not, and you find another tool, that's great too. This is simply made to get people started and know that as you're looking toward acquisitions, that you've got a disposition strategy and an end buyer in mind. The first thing I'm going to do is show people how to find where Teresa Villaruz's buy box is. So, and where I'm getting this information from. So if you go ahead and go to teresabuybox.com, you'll be able to scroll and find hers. As you see, like it's her whole webpage. She's done an incredible job. Teresa, what do we got going on here? Teresa Villaruz with your little P. I love it. It's so cute. All right. So we're going to go down here to her co-living and midterm rentals and know, all right, we're going to be looking at Vegas and Fayetteville, North Carolina. Heck yeah, that's my old stomping grounds and all the military and the surrounding areas. So I'll be able to help with that with the Polygon tool. She's looking for A and B class neighborhoods, single family, 3-2, space to expand to a 6-3. Okay, condo, so we're going to at least probably want to put 2,000 square feet in here. Condo townhouse. Okay, so she will do as long as the HOA is less than 200 a month. So she's going to be a little bit different than other folks. Small multifamily. We're not going to look for multifamily today on this one. Let's see. And then condition 1980. No major renovation. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got going on here? Cash flow 500 a month. Can't really like lead source for that. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this off. I'll be going back and forth as I go on to Deal Sauce to look for. So now we're just going to get into the Deal Sauce screen. So ready, steady, let's go. All right, so whenever you pop on to Deal Sauce, which for anyone who's new to the channel, REI Baddies uses Deal Sauce. This is our preferred lead source, lead generating machine that is heavily promoted by our friend Justin Tumanowski, but was the brainchild as well of Jamil Damji and Pace Morby. What we're going to do today is, as soon as you go onto this property search page, you're going to see that you have the ability to look up a city, county, zip code, state, or address. What's dope about Deal Sauce is it is going to let you pick up to 5 different places, but as we saw, Teresa is looking for Las Vegas, which I think we did Las Vegas for MNAP. And then because I am familiar with Fayetteville and I have not done the Polygon while I've done another city like this, so we're just going to do this. We're going to do Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're going to do, I lived in Fayetteville, guys, for over 10 years, so that's part of why I'm able to do this. Hope Mills. Just for anyone who doesn't know that's watching the channel, Fayetteville, North Carolina is the location of it's the largest military installation by personnel, not by landmass. That would be Fort Hood or Fort Cavazos. But yeah, Fort Bragg is home of the 82nd Airborne Division, home of Joint Special Operations Command, home of Forces Command, which is a 4-star command, USARC, which is a 3-star command. You've just got a lot of moving military pieces there. So you got a lot of folks to fish out of. And I think the bigger, actually no, we're not going to do Southern Pines. Fayetteville, Hope Mills, Rayford. Oh yeah, and then we'll do Spring Lake. All right, and that'll bring us to our 5. The thing with the military, guys, and why this is such a smart place for, come on, limit reached. Oh, apparently we're going to do Spring Lake instead of Aberdeen. I know I'm taking forever, guys. I promise this will be under 10 minutes. So in the military, there's something called a permanent change of station, or a PCS cycle. And that means that folks in the military are going to be moving during 2 times a year, either in the summer, generally speaking, or they're going to be moving in the winter, just because military families, again, tend to have children that need to stay in that school system. So, okay, we're going to take out, so we saw that she will do condo or townhome as long as the HOA was less than $200. So we're going to scroll down here. And I'm going to show you guys how to go directly to on-market properties. That way you don't have to pay to skip trace. So first thing I'm going to go down here is just that. We're going to go to the listing information. We want active listings. We're going to say days on market for this. We're just going to start with who's been on the market for 60 days. So that's going to be 60 people, or I'm sorry, who in these markets has had their property where they've made 2 mortgage payments if they don't own it free and clear for at least 2 times. So yeah, you've got 5,200 people. So let's scroll on up here. Yes, we're going to go to property features. We saw that she is looking for a 3-2, which again is not uncommon. For single family homes, this is the most requested configuration. All right, so now we're at, okay, so we've taken that down from what, 52 to, what are we doing? We're thinking about it. Yeah, you've taken like 2,000 properties off. Because she wants that space to be able to convert, we're going to drop it down. When you're working with pad split, you really only need the 1,800 square feet. But when I'm talking to someone like Teresa, you're not working in a pad, well, Las Vegas is a pad split market. Fayetteville's not yet. Okay, now we're down to 1,800. You're built. She said she doesn't want anything before 1980. Let's see. Is this how this bad boy works? Let's make sure I'm not just putting like a bunch of, let's see real quick. I want to make sure that I did that correctly. That I don't have a bunch of like old houses all built before 1980. So I'm going to go back to my filters. This looks like a pretty new house. On the market 115 days. Oof. All right, when we build. Trust that's owned 100%. Yeah, 90. Okay, cool. So I did that right. Sorry, guys. This is part of the process, is making sure that you know what you're doing. All right, so I'm going to go back onto Teresa's buy box to make sure. 1980, no major construction, cash flow, sub 2. So because she's got sub 2 seller finance hybrid, 10% maximum fee on her buy box, I think what I'm going to go down here to the ownership. HOA, she doesn't care, so we'll do any. Again, though, remember that HOA, if you do source for Teresa, must be under $200 a month. So make sure you're taking that into account. All right, if she wants something sub 2, then you're talking about something more than likely that doesn't have a lot of equity. But she also likes seller finance. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I do for MNAP, which is I'm going to make sure that any of these have a rate that's at least 5% or lower on any debt that is carried. So now we're down to 749. All right, let's just see who's got a ton of equity. So you can start those conversations. They tend to be easier ones to start because we've talked about this in other episodes I've done. These are folks that have more options. All right, we're down to 256 people who have an active listing for over 60 days. We don't have a listing price. I'm gonna see what happens if I put like 600,000 as a max. I'm just curious. What does this do to our results? 76. All right, I might actually start with these 76, but as you now know, you can go back and be like, I need more leads. Or you could take your days on market and drop it down to 30. Teresa doesn't have anything specific about this. What I've noticed is that for some of these properties, there tends to be, like, you don't want like a super nice property to be a co-living place because she's also looking for A and B class neighborhoods. So I want to make sure that we're not putting Teresa in a position where we're locking up a property and we're like, it's actually too nice for the exit, because it could be for a midterm rental. Again, I want to be cautious for anyone who's hunting for her. So let's go ahead and see these 76 results. All right, what we got in Vegas here, guys. Let's see, days on market, let's go. 5-3. Oh, this is exactly like what Teresa would like to see. So let's see, it's been, all right, this one might be on market again, or it expired and then the agent like went back, maybe? RV parking space and won't know how. Yeah, guys, this would be like the first one I called for Teresa to see. And if you do have to skip Teresa, I mean, there's a ton of people in this community that will be able to help you. Yeah, let's see here. What do we got going down here? FHA loan, 4.6% interest rate. Yeah, this is singing right up a creative investor's alley if they're amenable to it. Guys, I just want to say thank you again to everybody who has stuck with me through on the channel. If there's anybody that you would like to see me do a micro learning on, or if there's a certain topic you want to see a micro learning on, go ahead and in the meanwhile, happy hunting.